only gift that God has given is not just in preaching. It's not just in singing. God has anointed some teachers. God has anointed some mechanics. God has anointed some nail techs. God has anointed some hair technicians. God has anointed all types of people because he wants his glory to be everywhere. Can I get a witness from anybody? And then the last point that we talked about on last week was God wants us to be fruitful and multiply. He wants us to be fruitful and multiply. Because I'm here to tell you, we enjoyed the Super Bowl on last week. But I don't think nobody, and I do mean nobody, ate one wing. Nobody ate just one wing. But I believe that all of us had more than one wing. Which lets us know that not only does God want us to be fruitful and multiply, we want the elements to be fruitful and multiply. How many of you are satisfied just to eat one grape? Come on, talk to us. And because of that, we understand that God wants us, you and I, to be fruitful and multiply. But the question on today is, why am I like I am? What's wrong with me? What's right with me? And if we're going to examine our motives, if we're going to examine and stop and take a moment to understand why I do what I do, it's important. It's important. Have you ever stopped and just ask yourself why I act the way I act? Well, okay, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. You may have not asked yourself, but those that are close to you, they didn't ask the question. What wrong? What wrong? What wrong? What wrong with them? What wrong with them? The first thing that I want to mention to us when we start to look at our examining ourselves, when we're asking the question, why am I like I am? Why am I thus? The first question that comes to mind is this: we are the products of our environment. We're the products of our environment. Environment is foundational as well as extremely crucial because it develops everything. Yeah, I know, everything. It sets the rate of growth and development. It's the main reason why we live or die. It's our wounds that shapes us. Our environments include all the systems that are around us, but it also includes our systems that are missing. See, many of us, we have a lot of this, but not enough of that. Or too much of that, and not enough of this. Sometimes when we look at our environments, we always talk about the stuff that is there. But I want you to notice the stuff that is not there. Because a lot of times it's what's not there that's really motivating you. Many times we walk about with what's in the environment, but we also must notice so many times what's missing. The person that decides to do crimes, they do it because a lot of times money is missing. The person that is wayward, a lot of times they're wayward because proper leadership is missing. I want you to stop and think that some of the whole characteristic of who you are is because of what was missing. Can you ever look back in your life and see some things that were missing? Or maybe some things were there and they got away. Maybe it was some people that was there and they left you. And because of that, so many times it hurts us. The Bible tells us in Romans 3:23 that all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And the more we live this life, we understand that ain't just an opinion, that's a fact. I know some of you, you've been saved a long time. They're going to talk to you on Facebook. You've been saved a long time, and you know you love the Lord. You woke up this morning with my mind, and it was stayed on Jesus. Come on, I woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. I woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. come short of the glory of God. However, we did not what we are or what we are becoming is the unanswered questions. Yes, we know everybody messed up, but the question that we don't know is what it was. It's the unspoken things. It's the things of our daydreams that has turned into our nightmares. It's the things that we contemplated in our minds, and all of a sudden one day we wake up and it's the reality of our lives. And so many of us, the reality is people can't handle who you really are. So we walk around with masks on. Not the mask that we got to cover our mouth and our nose for COVID-19, but the other mask that's like a masquerade. When you go to a masquerade party, you cover your face and you put on a costume so that nobody will know your true identity. And sometimes in life, you don't want people to really know I'm struggling with this addiction. I'm struggling with this mentality. I'm struggling with this hurt. I'm struggling with this pain. Because if you found out that I'm really broken, all right, yeah. You will judge me. Few people really can handle who we are, so we must have to have a talk with Jesus and tell him all about our troubles because he is listening to heal us. But so many times others are listening to judge us and to reveal our brokenness and care little for our healing and our restoration. For it's our environments that teach us right and wrong, but here's a harsh reality. It's the reality of those environments that produce what we believe is true. They don't produce the truth. They produce what we believe is true. Because it becomes our reality. And sometimes that reality is a bunch of lies. We have learned to believe it as true. Have you ever believed a lie?
All right, yeah.
And you thought it was the truth?
Yeah.
Have you ever, once you got to a certain age, you really believed that there was a Santa Claus, only to realize it wasn't one?
All right.
But it's a shame how we push that to our children. We push Easter bunnies, only to when they get to a certain age, they realize that it's a lie. And I got one question. If you lied about that, what else did you lie about? So then our fight is to change what we've learned to believe is true. Then our fight is when I'm supposed to let it go. Letting it go feels like sin because I've learned to believe that it's true. I'll say that again. Sometimes we know the things we need to let go, but sometimes letting it go feels like sin because I've learned to believe that it's true. We're told to love our neighbors, but certain environments taught us that love is weak and that it makes you weak. So many of us have embraced the mentality of a dog-eat-dog mentality. It's amazing how we can't show love for each other, but we can show love for our car, love for our money, love for our materialism things, but I can't show love to you because if I show love to you, that means I'm weak. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me. But if love is a weakness, then I shouldn't love anything. So in other words, I've got to examine who told me that lie. When people come to us to give us help that we desperately need, we refuse it because so many people have lied to us and about helping us, and they didn't want to really help us. What they really want to do is tell everybody about what's wrong with us. Has anybody ever helped you, and before you even get a chance to say thank you, everybody else know how they helped you? Ain't nobody gonna talk to them. Hallelujah. And so instead of us being honest about I need help, we would rather suffer. We would rather suffer in silence. I've been abused, but I can't tell nobody. I've been broken, but I can't tell nobody. Because if I tell you what they did to me, then no longer you will look at me as an upstanding person. You would look at me as damaged goods, and I'm here to let you know, don't be surprised. We're all damaged.
All right.
Have we stopped believing in the church? For real? Because we ran across some broken people just like us.
Right.
And this is what's so amazing, because we've made the mistake just like others made the mistake. But we want everybody to be perfect around us.
Right.
And the reality is, if you find anybody that's perfect, stay away, because you're contaminated and you're going to mess them up. And if you say, I'm looking for the perfect church, it ain't one. And if you do find the perfect church, stay online,
Right.
because you're going to mess them up. However, the true reality of the church that Jesus bled and died for is a loving, forgiving, life-restoring environment from a loving God who created us in his image. I want to let you know it's your environment. It's what happened to you that you ain't talking about. Oh, it's quiet. It's going. Because you're thinking about what happened. What happened when you was too young to talk about? What happened that you're still embarrassed to talk to? What happened that now I have nobody? So not only must we understand that it's our environments that shape us, but the next thing we have to do, my second point is, we must be honest with ourselves.
All right.
Time not supposed to keep lying to ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
It's bad to lie,
Right.
but it's worse to lie to yourself.
So,
You know, with this being Valentine's Day, and many of our women, they are getting all pretty and putting their stuff on. And they ask us an incriminating question. Do I look fat in this? And if we tell you the truth, the Valentine's Day is messed up. Because you will say to us, I can't believe. But you asked me a question. So the question that you really asked me was lie to me.
Right.
There was a song back in the day that said, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Have I got so used to lie that now I can't handle the truth? Have I got so used to people patting me for my brokenness that I can't stand for somebody to tell me my truth? See, I told you I didn't like your hair. But what you heard was, I didn't like you. No, I love you. I just didn't like your hair. And it's amazing how we can't hear corrective criticism because we were raised in an environment of negative criticism. Am I talking to anybody this morning? We must be honest with ourselves. Many times we say people just don't understand us. And when we say that, we're indirectly saying that other people are wrong or the problem, and we are not, because in our perception of ourselves, we are always right. Have we ever said, they just don't understand me? They got me all wrong. However, the true reality is how a person receives us is mostly how we present ourselves.
Come on now. All right.
Oh, Lord, yeah. You want to be considered an upstanding person, but you're really messy. You want to be considered for marriage, but you're full of hoarding. You want to be considered, ain't nobody going to talk to me this morning. You want to be considered for a job that requires labor, but you're way too lazy. There's some things you have to realize that it's not them this time. Touch yourself and say, it's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me, oh Lord. Standing in the need of, it ain't my mama, it ain't my father, it ain't my brother, it ain't my sister. It's me. It's me. It's me, oh Lord.
All right. Hallelujah. Wow.
Attitude given gives attitude in return.
Sure enough.
Harshness given gives harshness in return. A lack of respect and love given where, it's what we're going to get in return. Just like love, compassion, and forgiveness given always causes those things to come back to us in return. When you look around your life and there's nothing positive in your life, it ain't because it ain't no positive out here in the world. It's because that's what you put out there. I think I need to stop this mess because ain't nobody talking to me this morning. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I don't know why nobody don't love me. No, that ain't the question. The question really is, why don't you love anybody? Yeah, let's just start right now and be honest with ourselves. What are we giving out to others?
All right.
What are we giving out? You won't give folk the time of day.
Yeah.
But when you get in trouble, you want it all the time. I ain't throwing off on nobody. And there's a development. But I used to call some folks, they wouldn't even give me 3 seconds on the phone. They wouldn't give me 3 seconds. I'd be so scared to say anything I really want to say. Hello, hurry up. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But then I call now. And they act like they'll talk to me all day. Some of the brothers too, they act like they won't even talk to Pastor. I ain't gonna say no name. But then I have some, we can just talk, laugh, joke, and have us a good old conversation. Hallelujah. Sometimes we just get to acting like we love one another. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? But we must be real with the answers. And we must walk back down memory lane and listen to what they said about how we came off of them. I need us, each and every last one of us, to stop and think about how you're coming off. How are you coming off? Are you coming off that you better than me? Are you condescending when you talk to me? Yeah, you may have a position, but you still got a condition. Ain't nobody gonna talk. All right. We need to walk back down memory lane, not how we think about the situations that we're in, but mostly about what we said. All right. Some of us are dealing with some stuff because it's what you said. You can't walk around. I don't need nobody. Consequently, you look up, ain't nobody there. I can't stand men. Well, don't worry about it. Every time you get one, you lose one because you can't stand. Ain't no women out here no good. That's why you can't ever find a good one. Because you already have a predetermined outcome that she ain't no good. Sometimes the reality ain't she ain't no good. You ain't. I don't understand us because it's easier to say it's others with the problem rather than ourselves. To admit that is on us means we must readjust, reposition, and basically change what and who we have become. You know that's the hardest struggle. See, the hard struggle ain't hearing the preaching. Y'all can hear that. The hard struggle is following the message. Come on, following the direction. You can shout and dance in church, but how you gonna walk when you leave church? You can say amen, preacher, but the question is, what you gonna say out your mouth when you get running to a bad situation? Because Have we become comfortable and satisfied with being broken from the environments that we came out of, constantly hiding our bleeding wounds?
Come on now.
Some of you need to check your environment because you hang out with too many broken people.
All right.
And you wonder why you ain't ever getting better. It's amazing. It's amazing, you know. And that's why music is so important too. I know y'all don't like it because you know y'all like this all that music, but I can remember my friend had bought me I had did some electrical work for him, and he bought me this wonderful nice BMW, my first BMW. We took it to the shop and put all that nice music in there. Oh, I had them so bumping. And so, you know, when they test the system, they had this secular CD in there. And it was hitting right too well. It had the bass in there, Chris, travel, and they had that thing tweaked to perfection. And so I put my gospel in there, but it just wasn't hitting. It just wasn't. So I got a whole ride back to the impound. So I slid that negative environment back in the CD deck. And the words kind of went like Eddie's NIWGA. Mess around with me, you're going to be sleeping in a GRAVA NAWGA. And I'm bumping and I'm rocking because it's popping and somebody cut me off. And I said, hey. And I didn't even realize the preacher. Who's supposed to be the understanding. Because I've been allowing my environment to change my mentality. That's why Corinthians says, be not deceived. Bad communication. Wait a minute. Corrupt. Some of us don't even realize it ain't that you ain't been good, but it's you becoming corrupt. You don't think like you used to think. You don't walk like you used to walk. I know that we must be extremely cautious about sharing our real issues with others, but we must at least be honest with ourselves. None of us will ever get better lying or ignoring our real issues, no matter how we try to cover them up. Many of our wounds are still bleeding and require attention. That's why I'm thus, because I ain't getting healed. That's why I still got an attitude, because I ain't forgiving some folks. That's why I'm still so negative, because I'm still holding on to the people that hurt me. I'm still so standoffish because the last time I got close to somebody, they injured me real bad, and I just made up in my mind, there ain't nobody gonna hurt me like that no more. So I am what I am because my environment is hurt. Whenever experience deep cuts, blood comes out. The deeper the cut, the more the blood comes. And yes, the blood is messy. Yes, the blood is staining. And in this day and time, it's possibly very toxic. However, if we want to stop the bleeding, the bloody mess of the situation, we must focus our attention on the cuts. Say it with me, I got to focus on my cuts. On my cuts. The issue is the cut, not the blood that we see.
Come on.
The issue is not the attitude. The issue is what spawned the attitude.
Come on.
Ooh. Yeah, we love to talk about the what. But we don't want to talk about the why.
Right.
See, when you see me, you see the what. But you don't know why I'm like. You see the what of me being promiscuous, but you don't know the why I'm promiscuous because they told me that you're not a man unless you have at least 3 or 4 girls. They told me as a woman I can get what I want from my pockets. They only know about told me. They told me if you're sick enough to get away with it, then it's cool. Why? Why?
You're doing good.
Somebody ought to say, you don't know my why.
You don't know my why.
You're right, but you do.
Come on.
You know your why. You gonna have to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna have to be honest with you. Stop trying to get us to fit into your brokenness. Because you refuse to be healed.
Come on.
Am I making any sense or am I making no? We are thus because of everything we've been through. Yes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes, the things we talk about, but more so the things we don't want anyone to ever know. Ain't nobody told me that, but I can tell you right now. There's some stuff that happened to us and some stuff that we did. We'd rather die than to let that come out. Swing low, sweet chariot, come to carry me. Swing low, sweet chariot. I don't want nobody to know. Yes, our environments had a major role in our development of who we are and what we are, but whether we remain that or become better will be our decision of our future involvement in environments.
Right.
Yes, there was an environment that broke you, but there's an environment that can heal you. There's an environment that ripped life from you, but there's still an environment that can put life back in you. And I'm here to let somebody know every church ain't bad, every Christian ain't bad, every ministry ain't bad. There's some folks that will love you just like you are. There's some folks that will help you get yourself back together for you. The child of a great leader. Bishop Brandon before.
Thank you, God.
And I can tell you from being with him for 21 years, sitting down at the table talking about many things. When folks would throw people up under the bus, he would always say, well, it ain't that bad. You don't know their story. He always focused on the why. He helped shape me. And that's why there ain't no judgment when you come here. I ain't trying to worry about what you did. I'm like, Paul, I don't want to know nothing save Jesus Christ.
Yay.
And him crucified. Yeah, but they're addicted to this, so I was too.
Come on.
Yeah. So I was so. Oh, y'all don't like that because you want the preacher to be perfect. Well, I'm sorry, I ain't that preacher.
Come on, man.
I'm the broken preacher. I'm the bruised preacher. I'm the one that God said called me to preach his word, but he knew that even though I was broken, I was worth saving. Even though I was worth you got to know, yeah, you messed up, but God hasn't thrown you away. Yes, it's been a bad struggle, but God is still holding on to you. Yes, sir. We don't have to say the shape that we're in. Yeah. Because God, our Father, he wants to put us back together again. He wants to rebuild the broken childhood. He wants to rebuild the loss of a loved one. He wants to rebuild. Oh, Lord, so only up and down that you don't even take time to love on some people that I'm only doing this because nobody stopped and took time to show me how to do it.
Come on. Hallelujah. Thank you, God.
How many parents are parents, but you never had one? How many men are broken because daddy never told them what they really could be.
Yay.
How many young ladies had to find their worth from the pimp and the player?
All right.
How many young people have turned to gangs because the family they're in was not?
Come on, pal.
Come on, pal. Come on.
I sure wish I was talking this good this morning.
Yes, sir. Come on, pal.
Most of us use our gifts and our talents and understand even our vision to adjust and change and correct what we see. And that's good. But if you're trying to fix anything to satisfy what you see, and it's not according to the way God said, when you get finished fixing it, it's still going to be uncalibrated.
Come on.
It's still going to be off.
Yay.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Because you can't fix it. Come on.
It's almost like
Thank you,
those of
God.
us, or those of you, that need reading glasses. You know, reading glasses. And you're trying to step up and read something for us.
Uh-huh.
The words on the paper were purposely written,
Uh-huh.
carefully written,
Uh-huh.
to express their inner gratitude or feelings. But because you won't put your glasses on,
Come on, man.
now you can't tell us what they really said.
Uh-huh.
You can't deliver the message like it was written, not because the message wrong, but because your vision is wrong. And some of us, you can't love people like God said love because your vision is wrong. And God said, put your glasses on, man. Put your glasses on, woman, because I want you to love my own Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
My last point, I got to get out of here. No, I ain't got time.
Oh, no.
I'm going to take all these next 5 minutes. We must come out from among them. We must come out from among them. Now, I know Sister Jim, the first thing that comes to most people's mind is people. 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 When you said you can heal me from anything, did you mean people? People, deliver me. Good song, but I ain't talking about people. Because the truth of the matter is you will never be delivered from people.
All right.
You're going to always have to deal with people.
People.
You're going to have to deal with good people, bad people. You're going to have to deal with upright people and unrighteous people. You're going to have to deal with shaded people, lying people, and truthful good people. Somebody say, you're going to have to always deal with people. Stop telling some God, get me from around all these negative people. Well, maybe that's why he put you around.
Come on now.
So you can be the light that they never see. So you can be the snake in the circle. So you can turn around. I'm asking God to take you out of here. And ask God, let me shine a little brighter. Give me wisdom to win souls. Brother Isaiah, I don't never think it's strange when I get in a crazy place. Ain't nobody walking or believing like me. Because I know I'm a little thrown off here.
Come on, man.
So L. Ingram, I may not have about 1 or 2 folks, you know what I'm saying. They're going to say something wrong with that boss. Something he got a little thrown off. I don't know. But if you stick around me long enough, some of my thrown offness gonna rub off on you. And it's gonna throw you off. So what you shouldn't be. So you're gonna hear one day, you're gonna be like, on the sick and see if they do recover. One day you're gonna say, you know what? Let me go in prayer a little while. One day you're gonna realize when they tell them about Jesus. And then God is gonna show you. Oh, that's what I do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there are so many people there. We must come out from their environments. We must come out from their environments because they not only have hurt us, but they keep hurting us over and over again. Half the reality is we will never be totally delivered from broken people. We are surrounded by them.
All right.
I want you to look around the room today. Oh, we look good. Brother A.B. testified last week how he had burns on his body.
Yeah.
But when you look at him, you can't tell it. Not because he ain't burned, but because it's covered up.
Right.
However, the reality, we will never be delivered from people because we're surrounded by them.
Yeah.
And no matter if we want to admit it or not, we are broken. Don't look at me as Jesus Jr., because I might be Judas Sr.
Come on, man.
Representation of mankind, because I'm what Jesus came.
Come on, man.
Oh, I know you don't like that. I know you don't like that. When they were sitting at the Last Supper, Jesus says, one of you will betray me.
Yeah.
And you know what was amazing? Because the Bible says each one of them said, Lord, is it I? Deacon Fred, you want to tell you why they said that? Because they knew I'm following you, but there's some parts of me that ain't following you yet. There's some situation that happened to me that ain't got right yet. And considering how the situation comes to me, ain't no telling what I might do.
Come on.
Them that I'm referring to, it's not people, but it's the offsprings of our environments. The children that we gave birth to from the interaction that we had with our environment. You know those little crumb-snatching rascals, the ones that speak to you in the midnight, the ones that are telling you that nobody loves you, the ones that are telling you to hate people. Them are the ones you got to come out from the love, the negative mentality, the broken mentality. And the only way you're going to come out because it's got to be your choice.
Thank you, God.
I can't choose your tomorrow, but you can.
Yay.
I can't choose your deliverance, but you can.
Yay.
I can't choose what you will become, but you can.
Yay.
My cousin put a very powerful post on Facebook, and she said, what you look like comes from your parents, but what you become is your decision. This morning, that your decision is, I refuse to stay in my broken ways. And I'm so sick and tired of everybody wanting people to be perfect. What is perfect? Surrenderance to God, who is perfect. So if I confess my sin, He is faithful and just to forgive me, and not only forgive me, but cleanse me. Some of us been forgiven, but we ain't been clean. Because you ain't been, you can't take, you won't tell him everything. Some of you been forgiven, but you ain't been clean. Clean from what? Clean from my past. Clean from my broken. Help me, nurse Calhoun, Dr. Calhoun. When you're in a bad injury and you come into the medical triage unit, before they can do surgery, they got to clean the wound. Am I right, doctor? Some of us, we need the wound clean. Some of us need to go to Dr. Jesus and say, Jesus, my struggle is loving people because people hurt me. My struggle is I want to be better, but I don't know what better looks like for me.
Yes, Lord.
Some of you saying, God, I want to be a better father. I want to be a better mother. And for some of you, it may just be being there for you. Because mama brokenness reigns.
Yep.
But I want to let you know the arms of Jesus are open wide. And he said, I love you just like you are. All the saints used to sing a song, just as I am, without one plea. But God, your blood, it was shed. And I know people may talk about you, but I'm so glad that God is talking about me too. People may be throwing me away, but I'm glad you said to me, I know the thoughts that I think towards me, saying, Lord, thoughts are good, not evil, because I had a lot of evil thoughts. I had a lot of evil things I was thinking about. But he said he's going to keep me an expected end. An end that's better than where I started. An end that's better than where I'm at right now. An end that I can embrace. An end that I can fight for. An end that I can dance about. Everybody study right there. Sometimes I get emotional because I mean everything I say. Some of us don't talk to enough people. And there's some folk out here that really want better. They want it, and they try so many things. And they're wondering, who can I talk to? Who can I be real with? They won't judge me when it's over. They won't ostracize me when it's over. God, is there anybody out there that can love a sinner right? God, is there anybody out there who can love a backslider? Me and Lady Cal was talking on our way to church. This busted here sitting back here on my nerves. Taking the atmosphere. We was talking. We was talking about just life things. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at how your gift is so needed. And all of you are asking God, and I know I'm getting in trouble, but I take it back. I had no to. Some of you are asking God for a long life. And I hear God asking you why. You won't witness to nobody. You won't pray for nobody. You won't love nobody. Why do I need to leave you in the game? You won't play defense. You won't play offense. You won't hold the ball. Why should I keep you in the game? Don't get mad with God when he takes you out of the game. Check your performance in the game. Check your stats. Thank you. We're praying, Father God, in Jesus' name. It's me, oh Lord, that's standing in the need of prayer. God, it's not my neighbor this time, it's me. Yep. I fix myself up as best as I can fix me up. But in your presence, I still feel naked. Yes. And I feel, God, that I need to take fig leaves and wrap them around me. But God, nobody can heal me but you. And I raise my hands to you, God, now saying, fix me. So I lift up my eyes unto the hill. So it's coming. My help. Help! My help comes from you, God. I thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me now. Open up your mouth. Thank you for helping me now. Thank you for helping me now. Thank you for helping me. Jesus is the answer for the world today. For there is no other way you're going to be healed, set free, and delivered. He knows your why. He sees your what. But he has the remedy. And I want to talk to you next week about the remedy of the why. The remedy of the why. God bless you. Listen. Want to leave an offering there. Be a blessing to ministry on today. We always want you to do that. But if you don't do that, do something for me. I want you to leave this broadcast and purposely go impact the world around you. Go set it on fire. Go change the narrative of the situation. God has given you power and a sound mind. We love you, beloved. So says, just as I am, without one plea, so that your love was shed for me. Church, let us be a people. It don't matter what folk have done. And folk have done messed up horribly. That's okay. If you live long enough, you too. Stop trying to find out what everybody doesn't know.
Right.
You know, that's the one thing about the medical staff. Is they only look. Pull it out.
Hallelujah.
That's one thing about the medical staff is that they never focus on the why. They do what they want. And when you go to an internal medicine doctor, they search for the why. Everybody say, we'll get ready to get out of here. We're going to give our offering. It's time to give. It's time to give. It is time to give. It's time to give. Amen. We want to go ahead and get our offerings and everything out of the way. Come on, we're moving. We got to close out. We got to get out of here. You should have came ready for church this morning. And then we're going to do Sunday school. Amen. We're standing. When you get your offering, stand. I'm already over. Listen, we've got one more thing that we want to do today. Many of you know that we have been saying we're going to be a blessing to our First Lady. Amen. And I pray that all of you came today
Sir.
with an intentional blessing for our first lady.
Amen.
Amen. And so we're going to get our